got anything?
Go ahead.
The song. This is something that we're going to do video of.
I've got a presentation about the song. Maybe like the news and we want to use this tune. It's our band, mine and Travis's. The song's got it's in like a minor key. It's got a lot of references to like death and like biblical stuff. So we plan on doing having a music video that's quite dark and quite not miserable, but it's quite melancholic. And it's like a hybrid video, like performance and narrative. But we intend on having it because our influences are personally like dark music, like The Cure. There's actually another document about The Cure's music and about a subculture about how they've got dark influences themselves, and like their music videos themselves with like dark colours and shit like that. Sorry, stuff like that.
Distribute the song. So we'll distribute the song through iTunes, but it'll be on other websites like Facebook or Twitter. We necessarily encourage this as Weimar is an indie band. This method can be used to get their name out. Plus this conveys their indie style of being relatable and not plugged by mainstream media that are mostly about making money. So they'll be more of a local band rather than like a big kind of band. So like we'd do the music for free and not for cost. And as well as this, we've done a survey so then we can get audience research and find out what our audience expects of the music video.
That's the link, yeah.
That's got a survey, yeah.
Which you can fill in after the presentation.
So this picture here, what we got to when we were playing live, like the colouring and the setting's quite like purple lighting and darkness. It's got quite a dark tone to it, you know, the clothing that we're wearing. So we're going to try and reflect the music and its influences through his music video by having it quite dark and low-key lighting. We have got a saxophone player. You can't hear him in song because we use the keyboard. We use the keyboard instead of a saxophone for this one. I mean, we intend on having quite a vintage-looking, quite sort of grand-looking music video. We have got some narrative ideas, like I said, because the song's quite dark lyrically.
It sounds like we're doing it for that.
Yeah.
There's two narrative ideas here before. That top one's a bit depressing, but it's about a boy who's got like issues, a bit suicidal, and we just, maybe like narrative, just doing shots about like him having problems and stuff like that, and then another one about thinking of doing just sort of like a cliche thing. That's not just like a cliche thing about just like a love story, boy and girl, that sort of thing. But we're going to do like a hybrid narrative on performance ideas as well. So what we're going to do is get our drummer's garage where we practice and record our songs and stuff. We're going to just set up some cameras and film doing the song in the garage, just get loads of footage, and then as much as we can, and then just try and put some narrative in there as well.
In terms of his performance ideas, because the song's it's quite prominent in terms of you can hear the drum, the bass drum, you can hear the snare, and the synth's quite a prominent part. We're intending on having each individual beat or noise heard from an instrument played, like there's a shot constantly being played with the drum, bass drum and the foot being played, and every time the bass drum is heard, that shot would be being pressed down. Yeah. Or when the main guitar is being played, or synth, if you can see the keyboard player's fingers playing the bass guitar as well. You can see because intend on using the strap, you know, the strap thing that you put onto instruments at the top.
No, what you put on
Cameras,
windows,
yeah, that window thing. We intend on like strapping that to the guitar and having it coming down.
We're wanting to do multiple filming as well, so that we can like concentrate on certain bits of the instruments, so then we get more shots.
Well, I'll just mention things to do with basically like the narrative ideas, things about the like the depressed boy and loving sort of cliched girl story, basic stories. The depressed boy life issues sort of because based on our the target audience, it's mostly going to be sort of younger kids into. Because the closest genre we could pin Weimar down to was a sort of experimental rock band with elements of jazz, because we've got saxophone and stuff. Obviously, other examples of this, sort of Arctic Monkeys for the sort of indie. Obviously, they're also a local band, so videos that they're going to be doing are obviously going to be based on local things, be set locally. And another example based on the jazz aspect is the Zootons, who also have a female saxophone player. And these ideas on those performance ideas, like James says, are going to be very dark colours. It's going to be in the garage that we set up, in the drummer's garage that we set up. And yeah, the narrative ideas are all sort of things that are mostly going to be relevant to sort of younger audiences, like because there's a lot of them with like depression, obviously listening to things like The Cure and Joy Division, Wooden Ships, all that sort of thing. That's sort of like James's kind of clique kind of thing, and his kind of group that he sort of does. So those kind of people are the people who are trying to aim things at, and these sort of storylines can also help convey how local the band is and how relatable they are to the audience, and again sort of showing that they're not sort of put over by a mainstream kind of media thing.
I've got some pictures as well. I think there's one around here. This is from one of his Dreams of War, and this was an EP.
Is that?
It's pretty simple.
Is that the one this song's from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's already done one. That could just be a solo chart.
Yeah.
The original picture's pretty. It's just a bloke looking at a pond, but it's been walked and it's been adapted to look pretty. Again, that's like a representation of like the music that we're into, because it's pretty. You know, it's
Yeah. Who took that picture?
Nick's Bird's mum.
Nick's dad.
Yeah. So I know, I just think because it's still, but it's something you probably need to take your own pictures. So.
But we can't just say it ourselves.
Yeah, it's live.
Camera didn't hear that.
We've got like a video. We've got a program like this thing that Nick did. We didn't even know we did it. But
Yeah,
it's a bit sad, but we can watch it if you want.
I've got another video.
This is just like a
Sort of profile video with
profile.
like a sort of, it's got pictures and stuff and about the band and about the members. And also the song on it isn't actually.
It's not something new, but it is one that.
That was me back in the day.
This was the other song that we were considering.
We didn't even know he did this.
No.
He was just on MySpace. We have got a list of there's gigs as well. What we did. We've got some live footage as well. We don't know how we can incorporate that, but it's all for vlog.
Like I say, it's a bit of footage, not these, and these footage not have it, isn't it?
I've got a survey we all want to fill out as well, so that's we're going to email it to you. That's alright.
It's also on person's Facebook page, probably check
Yeah,
out
so
James'
no
Facebook as well. So.
Yeah, if you can fill in the survey after this presentation.
We didn't know people said this.
And it's like audience quotes and stuff.
give him a clap? Well done, you lot. Now, it was saying to me, listen to that song, yeah? I'm thinking, you've got it down as indie. To me, that sounds like early 80s golf. Yeah.
That's what we wanted to do, but we got told it was indie. I mean, I hate indie people.
Yeah, I did say to you, it sounds like early 80s golf, remember? We took them Cure.
Yeah.
So we did the class the other day, next 11, didn't I? So it was like,
Yeah. Well, I wanted to do, I think we should aim it towards more.
It sounds like a golf track. If you, what I would suggest you did is look at some more early 80s stuff along the lines of, like you say, early Cure, before they got quite poppy. Possibly something like, I don't know, just what they're called. Damn, I can't think of the name. But some of the more early 80s kind of stuff anyway, because it sounds like from that early era, sort of like I say, Cure, Joy Division, that kind of era, isn't it? Late 70s, early 80s stuff. Yeah? So, possibly something like, oh god, what are they called? Did that song Killing Me? I don't know, I'll tell you when I remember it, yeah? But that kind of stuff. I'd also be thinking possibly something quite urban. Do you know what I mean? You've got plenty of stuff that's in Sheffield that's really city based. You know what I mean? Something. Do you know what I mean? If you look at the early photos they did a Joy Division that some like Antoine Colban took. Yeah. They were all sort of like underpasses and cities and all that kind of grimy kind of industrial black and white sort of decaying concrete kind of look. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that could work for that song.
Well, I think indie's not. I don't think we're an indie band.
But that's what now, but indie all over the world.
It's alright, man. Because indie now isn't what indie was in 1980.
So 80s indie.
You're like 80s indie, not modern indie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
80s indie with people like the Smiths and the Cure and Joy Division, not the Arctic Monkeys and stuff. Yeah? So it's sort of like retro indie, not contemporary indie.
Retro indie.
Retro indie.
There's a theory behind that.
I just made that up.
I probably give it.
Yeah. Right.
Can everybody fill a survey and have you emailed it back?
How? Not going to computer away. I will.
When is emailed?
I will when everybody else has done theirs, alright? Well done, you lot. Who's up next? That will be you, Bill, isn't it?